The story begins by showing an armored truck carrying money from a depot or a money storage facility. There, 2 guards or police officers are tasked with safely transporting the cash to its destination. However, just a few meters after leaving the depot, the armored truck is suddenly ambushed by a group of armed robbers. They order the 2 guards to get out and shoot them dead on the spot.
Bravo, can you hear me?
Fuck! And you fucking left!
Bravo,
A few weeks after the incident, we're introduced to a company called Fortico, a security service responsible for protecting and delivering money to various locations, such as banks and other places.
Why we train you properly and pay the premium rates. It's 2 or 3 guards in each. A driver.
Enter Patrick Hill. After losing the 2 guards we saw earlier, Fortico's management recruits a new member, Patrick. He's not alone. He's accompanied by Bullet, a senior officer who will mentor him. Bullet explains that Patrick must pass a series of tests, including fitness, shooting, and driving. He needs to score at least 70 on each test to qualify as a Fortico guard.
Just need to see how you are under pressure. Should we get started?
What have you said, Bullet?
Training course. We got 8 hours together.
Starting with the fitness test, then shooting, and finally driving, Patrick doesn't stand out too much, nor does he fall below average. As it turns out, he scores exactly 70, meeting the minimum passing standard.
Slipped in. Any less, we'd be doing this again.
How many we got coming?
On his first day, Patrick is assigned to ride up front with another senior officer named Dev. Dev asks Patrick to stay behind him, so if anything unwanted happens, Dev will be the first to face it, acting as a charismatic and responsible senior.
She knows how I like my eggs.
On the alibi.
Fuck you, Bullet. There's the feds in my face trying to make out if I was involved, sir.
And on that first day, everything goes smoothly, without any troubling obstacles. Just before clocking out, we see Patrick staring at the guards' attendance cards. His gaze seems to hold a sense of anger and vengeance, suggesting that Patrick has a specific purpose for joining Fortico. On his second day, Patrick is at a dock while Bullet enters a ship to deliver money to a client. But soon, an alarm goes off, indicating that Bullet is now being held hostage by robbers. They demand that the armored truck full of cash be brought to a specific location in exchange for Bullet's life. This causes Dev to panic and become nervous, a stark contrast to his earlier arrogance. Meanwhile, Patrick remains remarkably calm and instructs Dev to follow the robbers' orders.
Take the next left.
When they arrive at the location, the robbers demand that either Patrick or Dev throw a bag of money to another vehicle. Patrick volunteers to do it and tells Dev to stay in the truck.
Gonna kill all 3 of us and take the money anyway.
Money and throw it in the flatbed. Open the fucking door.
While tossing the money, Patrick deliberately throws the bag outside the vehicle. As one of the robbers steps out, Patrick does something utterly shocking. He brutally shoots all the robbers with deadly accuracy. You can sense a dark, almost sinister spirit within Patrick. When the robber's leader tries to escape, Patrick chases him down, catches him, and questions him about the mastermind behind a previous heist. But it seems the leader knows nothing about it.
Suck my fucking dick.
Who'd you work for?
I said suck my fucking...
Suck your own dick.
The next day, Patrick is called to his boss's office to be interrogated about the previous day's events. 2 FBI agents are also present, asking whether he recognized any of the robbers from a prior incident. The agents show him footage from that earlier heist, the one we saw at the beginning. As it turns out, 3 people died in that incident, including a civilian who happened to be there. Watching the footage, it becomes clear that the civilian has some connection to Patrick, likely the reason he's here.
You all right to keep watching?
Yeah.
You sure?
The FBI agents contact their superior, suspecting that Patrick is someone they've been searching for over the past 25 years. This only heightens our curiosity about who Patrick really is.
Us to do.
Not a fucking thing. Let the painter paint. Oh, clever fucking you, Hubbard.
I think we know what he was doing there, boss. Do you have any idea what would happen to let the fox in the fucking in-house?
3 months later, we see Patrick on duty with Bullet. They're ambushed again by robbers who block their truck and demand all the money. But we're shocked once more when the robbers, upon realizing one of the guards is Patrick, are struck with sheer terror and flee without putting up any fight.
Get down!
Not only is Patrick's boss stunned, even considering him a psychopath with a terrifying aura, but Dev and Bullet are also seen discussing Patrick. Bullet witnessed firsthand how one of the robbers seemed to recognize Patrick and was scared to death upon seeing his face.
What are you saying? He's a dark fucking spirit.
If he's not a cop, what is he?
5 months earlier, in a flashback scene, we learn who Patrick truly is. As it turns out, he's a mafia boss, the most wanted man by the FBI. In this scene, Patrick is spending time with his eldest son on a vacation.
Prepare the best. Time's the game start.
It's not gonna rain.
Dougie, coach.
Soon after, he gets a call from one of his men, a scruffy, white-bearded guy named Mike.
Make sure the boss knows it's not my fault. It's your fucking job. You do it.
Making a statement, otherwise you find a way to be there.
Besides running legitimate businesses that aren't exactly ethical, Patrick's mafia group also engages in dirty work, like robbing cash. One of their targets is the money transported by the armored truck. Since one of Mike's men couldn't show up to monitor the truck's route, Mike asks Patrick, his boss, to step in briefly and track where the armored truck is headed. When Patrick arrives at the location, we finally learn the true sequence of events. Another group had already robbed the armored truck. During that heist, the one we saw at the beginning, Patrick left his only son in the car to carry out his dirty work. Tragically, this led to his son becoming an innocent victim of the incident. As Patrick tried to save him, he was shot in a non-vital area, enough to put him in a coma for 3 weeks. Once he recovers, Patrick meets with a close friend, an FBI chief, who provides a list of criminals potentially involved in the heist. We see how tense and terrified these criminals are when facing Patrick, the mafia boss. They know full well that Patrick is furious and out for blood because his only son died due to their negligence.
Nothing else, trying to get answers.
I need to know who pulled the trigger.
We all love Dougie, and our sympathy.
For Patrick, lashing out in anger isn't his style. What he wants is the names of those who pulled the trigger and killed his son. So Mike and his team quickly track down everyone on the list, eventually landing on a name: the Gashi brothers.
Sound of you dead.
Always be a...
After getting the name he wanted, Patrick instructs Mike to pay off the person and let them live.
Give him 200 grand. Leave the keys in it.
Wasting no time, Patrick and his men visit the Gashi brothers' residence. It turns out they're running an underage exploitation film business, completely unrelated to the heist from weeks ago. Patrick calmly kills the Gashi brothers and their associates without a hint of emotion, a clear sign of his disdain for their dirty business. He then orders his men to give money to the young girls involved and let them go. This not only makes Patrick's men fear and respect him even more, but it also worries. Mike doesn't want him to get into trouble with those harmed by this manhunt.
Delta Orange security system. So your criminal checks are clean. You've got usual affair. This time you're Patrick.
With all his connections and resources, Patrick takes a different approach to finding the culprit by going undercover as a Fortico security guard and conducting his search alone.
Just make sure you drink it over there.
Autopsy report.
The scene flashes back to the starting point, where we meet 6 mercenaries who haven't pulled off a job in a while and desperately need money. One of them is the man who killed Patrick's son, a guy with a scar around his eye named Jan. Among the 6, Jan is the youngest and most brutal.
They owe us.
Why are you asking me?
With their mercenary skills, Jan and his 5 comrades rob a house for a few bucks. After splitting the take, they're left with a measly sum that's far from enough when divided 6 ways. So their leader decides to go for a bigger score, robbing the money carried by an armored truck. And that's how this all began.
Cash truck.
We got a guy on the inside.
We go out.
Split 7 ways, not 6.
Armed with weapons bought from their previous heist, John and his crew, aided by an inside man, a corrupt Fortico guard, carry out the job. What's infuriating is Jan's reason for killing Patrick's son. It was utterly petty. Initially, one of the Fortico guards resisted, so Jan brutally killed both guards. Frustrated by the resistance, Jan sadistically murdered Patrick's son, who didn't even fight back, purely out of anger over the earlier rebellion.
Incoming! The legs! Right! Incoming! I'm on! Kid! You're trying to fucking... What the fuck did you just do?
Back to the present, we see Jan and his 5 comrades living comfortably off the heist money. But their leader isn't satisfied and plans to steal even more by hitting Fortico's money depot directly. With help from the still unknown inside man, the 6 are thrilled to execute the plan.
Black Friday. We're all our kids.
If we get it wrong,
We do this right.
Yeah, so lay it on us. We're dying to find out.
Returning to Patrick and Bullet, who are on a cash delivery run, Bullet suddenly offers Patrick a tempting deal to make more money than their meager salaries. This reveals a shocking truth. Bullet is the inside man, complicit in the death of Patrick's son.
You with me now?
You get me? I helped him get into the cash truck game.
Not wanting to act rashly, Patrick controls his emotions to find out who pulled the trigger on his son. He agrees to help Bullet with the heist plan.
Today.
When, Bullet?
Then you can look the other way.
The depot.
After informing Jan and his crew that Patrick is joining them, the two head to a designated location where the robbers will hide in a vehicle to easily enter the depot and take the money.
You'll see tomorrow. If you're a good boy today,
At Fortico, the robbers spring into action. Patrick is tasked with posing as a hostage, tied up to ensure their safe exit.
Move now, move!
Okay, Dave, that's all good and accounted for.
Don't you fucking make a sound.
Tiptoe.
Bullet also plays a hostage and urges the other guards to surrender. But the guards fight back, leading to a deadly shootout.
Get down!
While the other robbers load money into the vehicle and some engage in the firefight, Patrick seizes the moment. He heroically takes down one of the robbers, but notices no scar on his face, realizing this isn't the man he's after.
What do you want us to do?
After saving Dev and his boss, Patrick disguises himself as one of the robbers and takes out 4 of them. He slips a phone into one of the money bags to track it if they escape.
Elvis is leaving the building.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
With only John and the leader left, Bullet helps them by killing his fellow guards. As Patrick prepares to shoot the remaining 2, Bullet suddenly opens fire on him with an UMP submachine gun. With meticulous planning per the leader's orders, the 3 escape Fortico and reach a safe location. There the leader is bleeding from a gunshot wound sustained during the heist. Suspecting Jan might betray him, the leader plans to kill him. But in his weakened state, the leader is instead killed by Jan and his men, dying before he can enjoy the stolen money.
Get the boss. Okay.
We all understand the risks.
Left with just Jan and Bullet, they stick to the plan to transfer the money to another vehicle. When Bullet lets his guard down, Jan swiftly draws his weapon and kills him on the spot. This leaves Jan as the last man standing.
Move in. Weapon ready. Up here. 365. What the fuck? Alpha Command, come in.
One night, as Jan is in his apartment surrounded by the stolen money, a phone rings from inside one of the bags. It's the phone Patrick planted. You'll be shocked to realize Patrick is there, alive. Somehow, Patrick survived thanks to his bulletproof vest, and by playing dead during the heist, all part of his plan to confront Jan face to face.
Deliver.
Patrick orders Jan to read his son's autopsy report. He intends to kill Jan in a way that mirrors his son's death.
What the fuck do you want? Deliver.
Starting with a shot to the liver, then the lungs, the spleen, and finally, the heart. So Jan feels the same pain his son endured.
How do I?
Once it's over, the CIA chief takes over the crime scene. Patrick, with bold confidence, offers all the stolen money in exchange for the vengeance he has successfully achieved.